this is Doug Roberts.
And Mike Gibbons of the Babe Ruth Birthplace and Sports Legends Museum
with another Baltimore Baseball Minute. Babe Ruth wound up with a career 714 round trippers, but he could have had more
if he hadn't spent his first 4 big league seasons pitching in Boston. Listen up as the Babe himself recalls being switched to the outfield
full time.
1918, I tied the home run mark with 11 home runs. That must have lived that year. Imagine I was a pitcher then. Timmy Walker, the same team, he hit 11. So we were both tied for the home run honors that year. So they decided to put me on first base, outfield, and pitch. So I had to cover 3 positions. So after 18, I said it's going to be one or the other. So Ed Bauer put me in the outfield, and I've been there ever since.
There goes another Baltimore Baseball Minute from the Babe Ruth Birthplace and Sports Legends Museum.
Just a long fly ball from Oriole Park at Camden Yards.
Memorial Stadium in Baltimore that stood on 33rd Street Boulevard and Ellerslie Avenue, 36th Street to the north, and Edner Road to the east, was a stadium that was known by a few different names. The 1922 version was known as Baltimore Stadium or Municipal Stadium, sometimes known as Venable Stadium because it was built on the Venable Park site. This facility hosted a variety of teams, the Baltimore Orioles of the International League, and then, of course, the Orioles of the Major Leagues. And then after they left the site, the Bowie Bay Sox in the minor leagues. Football, Baltimore Colts of the AAFC and NFL from 47 to 50 played there. And then the NFL Baltimore Colts from 53 to 1983. The Baltimore Stallions of the CFL played there 94-95. And the Ravens played there in 96-97. What I did not know that soon after the death of Babe Ruth in August of 1948, the stadium was renamed Babe Ruth Stadium. It was renamed again in late 1949 as Memorial Stadium, but the name Babe Ruth Stadium remained an unofficial alternate name for several years afterward. Today we are at the former Babe Ruth Stadium to watch the Chicago White Sox take on the Baltimore Orioles in Game 6 of the King of the Hill tournament. Hello everybody, this is Apba Brian bringing you Apba Baseball Classics. This is Game 6 of the American League King of the Hill tournament, one and done variety. The Chicago White Sox will be at the Baltimore Orioles, and I will have a little difference in the presentation. The visitors are going to be back on the left side. The home team is back on the right side. I'll wear a buzzer if I make a mistake sometime during this presentation. Forget to change the scoreboard or make any kind of mistake, just buzz me twice, and I will make amends. Here's your starting lineups today. For the visiting Chicago White Sox, Luis Aparicio will lead off and play shortstop. Jim Landis will play center field. Nellie Fox is hitting third at second base. Al Smith will be playing right field. Minnie Minoso is in left field. Roy Sievers at first base. Gene Freese, third base. Sherm Lawler is the 8th hitter catching. And Billy Pierce on the mound, 14-7, 3.63 earned run average in 1960. Here's the batting order for the home Baltimore Orioles. Gene Woodling will lead off and play left field. Jackie Brandt hits second in center field. Brooks Robinson at third base. Jim Gentile at first base. Ron Hansen's the shortstop. Gus Triando's catching. Marv Breeding second base. And Gene Stevens in right field. The pitcher is Chuck Estrada. He is 18-11 and 3.57 earned run average in 1960. We're ready to begin. Let's play ball. Luis Aparicio steps into the box for the visiting Chicago White Sox. 110 is the roll. That's a ground ball hit to Brooks Robinson at first base. And that is a sure out. One down. Jim Landis will step in the box. 1-9 is going to be a split result. 1-6 is a home run. 7 through 20 is a double. It is going to be a 2-base hit for Speedy Jim Landis. Here is Nellie Fox. Thick-handled bat. Held the bat straight up and down. Here's the pitch. 5-4 is a ground ball to second base. The runner will go to third. Fox is retired. And there's 2 outs. Al Smith, formerly of the Cleveland Indians, played in the World Series for the Indians. Had a good year in 1960. 315 hitter, 12 home runs. Here's the pitch to Al Smith. 3-11 is a ground ball to shortstop, taken by Ron Hansen over to Jim Gentile at first. 3 outs, so we go to the bottom of the first, no score. Gene Woodling will be leading off for the Orioles. Glad to be out of New York, where he was for years platooned with Hank Bauer. He's got a chance to play every day here in Baltimore. Here's the pitch. 1-3 is a ground ball to second base, fielded by Fox. 1 away. Jackie Brandt. 5-7 is a ground ball X to second base. The second baseman is Nellie Fox is a 2. 18-2 is going to be an out. 2 up and 2 down. Here is talented third baseman Brooks Robinson. 4-10 is a ground ball third base X. That is Gene Freese's a 4. And 10-4 is going to be an error on the third baseman, Gene Freese. White Sox will not hold the slow Brooks Robinson at first. Jim Gentile comes to bat, first baseman for the Orioles. 4-5 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. We go to the top of the second inning. No score. The 5-decade player Minnie Minoso will lead off for the Chicago White Sox. 4-11 is a fly ball left field X. Left fielder for the Orioles is Gene Woodling's a 4. 14. 4 is going to be a single. Minoso is a B stealer, so they're going to hold the runner. Roy Sievers. Chuck Estrada goes into the stretch. Here's the pitch to Roy Sievers. 6-10 is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Ron Hansen's a 2. 11-2 is going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Gene Freese. 4-7 is a walk. He's a B stealer, so Baltimore will hold that runner. Sherm Lawler, here's 5-8 is the roll. It's going to be a fly ball to left field. Lawler and the Sox will retire in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Billy Pierce will face Ron Hansen, Gus Triandos, and Mark Breeding here in the bottom of the second inning. 3-9 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Gus Triandos, the catcher. 5-4 is a ground ball shortstop X. That is Aparicion's a 1. 17-1 at shortstop is out. Marv Breeding. 5-7 is the roll. That's going to be a ground ball second base X. Nellie Fox is a 2. 12-2 is Fox makes the play. 4-3. We go to the third, no score. Pitcher Billy Pierce will hit for the Sox in the top of the third inning. 6-9 is a base on balls. Walks the pitcher. Baltimore will not hold a runner. Louis Aparicio is the batter. 6-9 is going to be a walk as well. First and second. Center fielder Jim Landis. 4-7. And Chuck Estrada has walked the bases loaded here in the top of the third with nobody out. Jack Fisher gets up in the bullpen for Baltimore. Here's the pitch to Nellie Fox. 3-3 is a ground ball second base. That's going to be a 4-6-3 double play with the pitcher Pierce scoring. No RBI on the play. And it's 1-0 Chicago. Aparicio goes to third. There are 2 outs. So we got about a 30% chance to steal home, and the hitter's got about a 30% chance to get a hit. Here's the pitch to Al Smith. 5-6 is a fly ball to center field, caught by Jackie Brandt. And there are 3 outs. But the White Sox get on the board. It is 1-0 Chicago going to the bottom of the third. Right fielder Gene Stevens leads off against Billy Pierce in the bottom of the third inning. 5-7 is the roll. That's a ground ball second base X. Fox is a 2. And that's an out. Chuck Estrada is a batter card 2. 6-6 is a pop-up to first base caught by Royce Severs. 2 down. And now Gene Woodling steps in the box. 5-10 is going to be a catcher's card X. That is Lawler's a 2. 22 probably might be... That's an out. No, excuse me. Select another split. 7-2 is out on a dribbler. 2-3. We go to the top of the fourth, 1-0 Chicago. Minnie Minoso will lead off the fourth. He's 1 for 1 in today's game. 6-3 is a split result. 1's a triple. It's a single for Minnie Minoso. He is now 2 for 2. And Baltimore will hold the runner at first. Royce Severs. 4-5 is a strikeout. Not a good day for Severs. Grounded into a double play and struck out. Gene Freese comes to bat. That's a 5-4 roll, and that's a ground ball to second base. Runner goes to second, 4-3. Here is Sherm Lawler. 4-6 is a split result. 1's a single, and the rest are a line out to second base. Line drive to second base. So 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Chicago. Jackie Brandt leads off for the Orioles. He broke in with the New York Giants in the National League and broke in with a flurry of .298 with 12 homers in 1956. Won the Gold Glove in 1959. And made the All-Star team in 61 as an Oriole when he hit .297. Here's a pitch to Jackie Brandt. 6-10 is a fly ball to left field, caught by Minnie Minoso, 1 down. Here's Third baseman Brooks Robinson. 3-7 is a fly ball to Minoso, also 2 down. Jim Gentile. Orioles are still looking for their first hit. 5-9 is a pucker up, baby. You can kiss it goodbye. Jim Gentile gets into it. And what a way to get the first hit for the Orioles. He ties the game 1-1. Ron Hansen will come into play. He hit 22 homers in 1960, excuse me. 5-9 is going to be a long drive. That might be. It could be. That is over the wall. Ron Hansen goes back-to-back with Jim Gentile. And suddenly the Orioles lead 2-1. Gus Triandos. 4-8 is a base hit. All of a sudden, the Oriole offense has come to life here in the fourth. No speed at first base. Sox are not going to hold the runner. Marv Breeding comes to bat. 2-9 is a fly ball to center field, and that is caught by Jim Landis. But the Orioles score twice on home runs by Jim Gentile and Ron Hansen. We go to the fifth inning, Baltimore 2, Chicago 1. Billy Pierce will lead off for the White Sox. 4-5 is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3 off the pitcher's card. Pierce is the first out. Louis Aparicio is grounded out and walked. 2-5 is a ground ball to Ron Hansen at shortstop. 2 outs. Jim Landis. And 5-6 is the roll. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Jackie Brandt is under it. Makes the catch. The Orioles go 3 up and 3 down in the fifth. Bottom of the fifth inning, it's Baltimore 2, Chicago 1. White Sox go 3 up and 3 down in the fifth. Gene Stevens will lead off for the Orioles. 2-10 is a single for Gene Stevens. Base hit. That brings up the pitcher, Chuck Estrada, who will score around and attempt to sacrifice. 4 is a batter thrown out by the pitcher, and it is a successful sacrifice. 1-4. Stevens going to second. Top of the order, Gene Woodling, 1 out. Runner in scoring position. Here's a pitch from Billy Pierce to Gene Woodling. 2-8 is going to be a pop-up to first base, caught by Roy Sievers. We got to Jackie Brandt with 2 outs to get the run home. Billy Pierce into the stretch, checks the runner, throws to the plate. 1-6 is going to be a base on ball to Jackie Brandt. First and second. Here's Brooks Robinson. 294 hitter in 1960. 2-4 is a pop-up to third base, caught by Gene Freeze. And that ends the Orioles' threat in the fifth. We go to the top of the sixth, Baltimore 2, Chicago 1. Good ball game we got going here in Baltimore. Playing for the right to play the first-seeded New York Yankees. Here's a pitch to Nellie Fox leading off for the White Sox in the sixth. 5-8 is the roll. That's going to be a fly ball to left field. Gene Woodling is under it and makes the catch. 1 out. Al Smith. 6-10 is going to be a ground ball shortstop. X. That is Ron Hansen's a 2. 17-2 is out. Al Smith is 0 for 3 today. Here is Minnie Minoso, who has hit safely twice. 2 for 2. Here's the pitch to Minoso. 4-8 is going to be a walk. Speed at first base. Orioles will hold the runner. Roy Sievers. 0 for 2 is grounded out into a double play and struck out. 3-8 is a single for Roy Sievers. Minoso will go to third, or attempt to go to third. Let's see, it's going to be a 1 through 16, 1 through 18 with 2 outs. Ball was hit to left field. Woodling has a +2 arm, so he's got no chance to get the runner at third. Throw goes to second, first and third for the White Sox. And the batter is Gene Freese. Big opportunity here for Chicago. There are 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Chuck Estrada to Gene Freese. 5-5 is going to be a ground ball shortstop X. Hansen's a 2. 15-2 is he makes the play. 6-3. Estrada holds off the Chicago threat in a 6. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Baltimore 2 and White Sox 1. Jim Gentile will lead off for the Orioles. He went deep in the 4th inning. 1-5 is going to be a base on balls. They will not hold the runner. Ron Hansen also went deep in the 4th inning. 2-7 is going to be a 1-3 triple. It's going to be a single, 2 bases. Gentile goes to third. Hansen's at first. First and third in the 6th inning. Timeout. Russ Kimmerer is up throwing in the Chicago bullpen. The batter is Gus Triandos. He is 1 for 2. Chicago is going to play the infield back, try to play for a double play. What he really needs is a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Gus Triandos. 5-9. That's a drive. It could be. It might be. It is out of here. A home run off the pitcher's card. And that's the last thing the White Sox need to see. A 3-run homer from Gus Triandos. 5-1 Baltimore. That will do it for Billy Pierce. Russ Kimmerer will be brought in to pitch for the White Sox. 6-5 record, 3.59 earned run average. Pierce goes 5 innings, gives up 5 earned runs, all as a result of the home run. 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Marv Breeding steps in with nobody out in the 6th. 1-2 is a line drive to third base. 1 out. Gene Stevens. 1-3 is a line out to second base. And now the pitcher, Chuck Estrada, batting card 2. And that's a strikeout. We go to the top of the 7th inning, Baltimore 5, Chicago 1. All right, for the Southsiders in the 7th, they will lead off with Sherm Lawler, the catcher, a pitch hitter for the pitcher, and then Louis Aparicio. Here's a pitch to Sherm Lawler. 1-8 is a ground ball to shortstop, taken by Ron Hansen, throws to first, 1 down. Pitch hitter for the White Sox is infielder Billy Goodman. He's hitting for Russ Kimmerer. Warming up in the bullpen to pitch the bottom of the 7th is Turk Lown. 1-9 is the roll. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. 4-3, that's 2 outs. And at the top of the order, Louis Aparicio. (6-3) is a single for Aparicio. Double-A steal, they're going to hold the runner. His chances to steal second with, I think the catcher, Triandos, is a -2. So 1 through 15. There goes Aparicio. Steals second. Jim Landis is up there with 2 outs. 4-7 is going to be a walk. Nellie Fox. A lot of speed on the bases. Landis is at first. Aparicio's at second. 5-3 is the roll. That's going to be a fly ball right field X. The right fielder is Gene Stevens is a 2. 3-2 is the roll. Safe at second on an error. E9. Landis will go to third. And Aparicio will score. It's 5-2. Baltimore is going to make a pitching change here. Jack Fisher comes in to pitch for Chuck Estrada. Estrada goes 6 2/3 inning, 1 earned run, 5 hits, a strikeout, and 4 walks. Estrada is looking at 2 outs. Landis is at third. Fox is at second on the 2-base error. Here's the pitch to Al Smith. 110 is a single for Al Smith. Fox could score. There's no asterisk behind the single. Landis does score. That makes it 5-3. Speed-wise, Fox is a 16 because 14 plus 2 with 2 outs. The hit was to left field. The left fielder is Woodling is not got a good arm. He's plus 2. 1 through 16. All right, since the batter's a C, he's not going to go second on the throw, so they go ahead and make the throw. 1 through 18 is safe. 19, 20, he's out. Oh, just barely safe. But Fox is in under the tag. And it is 5-4. Chicago is clawing their way back. Those runs are unearned as the inning should be over. Vinny Minoso steps in the box. Here's the pitch to Minoso. 1-7 is a fly ball to left field, measured by Gene Woodling. He makes the catch, but Chicago scores 3 times in the top of the 7th to pull to within once. Baltimore 5, Chicago 4. Turk Lown is brought in to pitch for Chicago on the bottom of the 7th inning. He'll be facing the top of the Oriole order, Gene Woodling, Jackie Brandt, and Brooks Robinson. Here's Gene Woodling. Pitch 4-5 is a shortstop X. That is Aparicio. He's a 1. And that's an out. 6-3. Here's Jackie Brandt. 6-7 is a walk. D. Steeler will not be held. Brooks Robinson steps in the box. He is 0-3. Here's the pitch to Brooksy. 2-10 is a line drive to second base caught by Nellie Fox. There's 2 outs. Jim Gentile. Should be a base runner on first. Forgot to put Brand on first. Here's the pitch to Gentile. 6-5 is going to be a long drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A home run for Jim Gentile off the pitcher's card. His second of the day. And those are 2 big insurance runs for the Orioles. It is 7-4 Baltimore. Ron Hanson's 2-for-3 with a home run. 6-4 is a strikeout. 2 runs are across. In the 7th, we go to the top of the 8th. Baltimore 7, Chicago 4. New pitcher for the Orioles in the top of the 7th is Wes Stock. The top of the 8th. Roy Sievers leads off for the Sox. 3-10 is going to be a single for Roy Sievers. E. Steeler, they're not going to hold the runner. Gene Freeze is the batter. 1-8 is a ground ball, third base. Could be 2. Throw to first. 5-4-3, double play. And now Sherm Lawler with nobody on. 6-8 a fly ball to left field. Gene Woodling is under it. He makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Orioles are up by 3. Gus Triandos will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Orioles. He came to the Orioles from the Yankees in a huge 18-player trade. He does not like trying to catch Hoyt Wilhelm's knuckleball, but he is a good catcher. Here's the pitch to Triandos. 5-2 is a pop-up to shortstop. 1 down. Marv Breeding, the second baseman. 2-7 is a fly ball to left field. 2 outs. 8th place hitter, Gene Stevens. 3-2 is going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher, Lown, over to Sievers, 3 outs. We go to the top of the 9th. Baltimore 7 and Chicago 4. Earl Torgerson will hit for the pitcher in the 9th. Wes Stock remains in the game. He's pitching for Baltimore. Here's the pitch. 3-2 is a fly ball to center field caught by Jackie Brandt. 1 away. Louis Aparicio, 1 for 3 on the day, scored a run and stole a base. 4-10 is going to be a ground ball shortstop X. Hanson's at 2. 22 makes the play. 6-3. Last chance for Chicago. Center fielder Jim Landis. Here's the line by Stock and the pitch. 6-8 is a fly ball to left field, caught by Gene Woodling, and that's your ball game. Final score, the Chicago White Sox 4 and the winning Orioles 7. We'll be back with a wrap-up. Orioles earn the right to take on the New York Yankees, and they win this game 7-4. There are 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error by the White Sox, 7 runs and 6 hits and 1 error by the Orioles. Story of the game was the 4 home runs from the middle of the powerful Oriole lineup. Jim Gentile had 2, Ron Hansen had 1, and Gus Triandos had 1. And those 3 hitters also had all 6 of the Orioles hits. The winning pitcher is Chuck Estrada, 6 2/3 with 1 earned run, 5 hits, a strikeout, and 4 walks. Billy Pierce is the losing pitcher for the Orioles. And I haven't marked it down yet, but Wes Stock gets the save. Jim Gentile with a multi-home run, I guess, would be the star of this game. 292 hitter with 21 home runs in his rookie season. He really exploded in 1961, where he had 46 home runs, including 5 grand slams, and finishing 3rd in MVP race behind Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle. He was traded to Kansas City in 1964. Had 1 year there where I watched him play. He had 28 home runs in 1964. Used to watch Gentile pregame get into throwing contests with Rocky Calavito, and that was really a sight to see. Both men could really air it out. And Calavito probably had the strongest arm of the 1960s outfielders. Jim Gentile, star of today's game, fairly decent fielder. Strat-O-Matic has signed him a 2 at first base. Had good hands. He wasn't real fast or rangy, but if he was there to get to it, he would catch it. So Jim Gentile is your star of today's game. Tomorrow's game, the Baltimore Orioles will be facing the Yankees. And starting pitcher for that game will be Steve Barber for the Orioles. The Yankees have not said yet who their pitcher will be, but it'll probably be Whitey Ford. Hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, hit the subscribe button and the like button. That's always helpful in pushing these games up the algorithm. And thank you for watching. Have a good day, and God bless.